Good morning, students. Welcome back. Hi, I am Anil Parisar. Today we are going to learn a lesson Joan of Arc. Actually, it is a drama. Some scenes from this drama are taken for you. This drama, Joan of Arc, was written by George Bernard Shaw. Was an Irish playwright and critic. He wrote more than 60 plays during his lifetime, including major works such as Man and Superman, Pygmalion, Saint John. These are the problem plays. He was the leading dramatist of his time. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925. The Joan of Arc, this drama based on history events. Joan was a peasant girl. She fought for France against England and she got a victory in many wars. She strongly believed in God. According to her, she said, God, if God is with us, then no bad can happen. She is courageous girl, highly motivated. She wanted to free France from England. She has positive spirits. She is patriotic and she died for France and she became immortal in the history of France. The war fought between England and France from 1337 to 1453 has come to be known as the Hundred Years' War. As we know, France and England both were competitors of each other. They had a hundred years war. This story happened in 1429. The story of a peasant girl who was born in eastern France, who led the French army to several victories during this war. She was great motivator. She used to give patriotic speeches, and because of that speeches, everyone try or ready to die for his own motherland. And because of that, she led the French army to several victories during this war. This play begins at the time when all northern France and some parts of southern West were under foreign control. The English controlled some parts and the Burgundians controlled the other. The city of New Orleans, one of the few remaining French cities, was held by the English. The year is 1429. Captain Robert de Baudricourt, a military officer, is seated at the table, his stewards standing facing him. Let's begin the drama. Robert, I told you to throw the girl out. You have 50 armed soldiers and dozens of strong servants to carry out my orders. Are they afraid of her? Robert asked very angrily to Stewart. He wanted to throw that girl out from this court, but she was waiting outside to meet Robert. Stewart says very politely, no, sir, we are afraid of you. But she puts courage in us. She really doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Perhaps you could frighten her, sir. She was very politely answered to Robert. What she said, he said that, sir, we afraid you, we respect you. But that girl puts courage in us. I told you that she having the skill to motivate the people. She was a great motivator, and that's why Stewart said, "Sir, she puts the courage in us. She really doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Even she didn't afraid to death." But he said, "Sir, perhaps you could frighten her." Robert grinned. "Perhaps where is she now?" Stewart. "Down in the courtyard, sir." Robert goes to the window and asks the soldier to send the girl up. The girl enters. She is a well built, strong country girl of 17 to 18 years. The square glare neither frightens her nor stops her. She speaks confidently. The word square means a person of high rank. John. "Good morning, Captain." Square. "You are to give me a horse and armor and some soldiers I send me to the Dauphin. See, as she entered into the court, she stood in front of the Robert, who is the person with high rank. She didn't have any fear on her face. There is confidence in her voice, and very confidently she directly demanded. What she demanded? She demanded a horse and armor. Armor means a protective clothing of metal, okay, which used in war. Robert. "The girl is mad. Why didn't you tell me so? You blockhead." Blockhead means stupid person. "Sir, do not anger her. Give her what she wants." Stewart very politely said, "Sir, do not anger her. Give her what she wants." Robert. "I shall send you back to your father with orders to put you under lock and key." Robert threatened him and said to the John, "What?" Said he said that I put you into the jail. But John said, "You think you will?" Square. "But it won't happen that way. You said you would not see me, but here I am." What she said? She said, "Sir, whatever you said is really going to happen?" Of course not. Why? Because he said it won't happen that way. You said you would not see me. But here I am. And like this way, you never give me this type of a punishment. Robert, so you are assuming that I shall give you what you want? Assuming means taking for granted. Means he said you are taking for granted that I shall give you what you want? John, yes, square. A horse will cost 16 francs. It is a big amount of money, but I can save it on the armor. I don't need beautiful armor made to my measure. I can find a, I can find a soldier's armor that will fit me well enough. I shall not want many soldiers. The Dauphin will give me all I need to free Orleans. Here, Dauphin, the oldest son of the King of France, she very confidently says, "Sir, I need one horse. Okay, its cost is 16 francs, but I can save it because I don't need the new armor or beautiful armor. Okay, I will manage." Robert, shocked, To free Orleans? John, simply. Yes, Square. Three men will be enough for you to send with me. Polly and Jack have promised to come with me. Now see, Polly and Jack. Polly and Jack have promised to come with me. Robert, you mean Monsieur's de Poligny? Here, Monsieur means French word for Mr. French words are so difficult to pronounce, so just try to pronounce it properly. John, yes, Square. Jack will come willingly. He is very kind gentleman and gives me money to give to the poor. I think John Godsave will come. Third one is what? Third one is John Godslave. John Godslave will come and Dick the archer and their servant John of Honcourt and Julian. There will be no trouble for you, Square. I have arranged it all. You have only to give the order. See, she having the skill of management also. She knows how to win the hearts of the others. And she already managed the all soldiers. And she said, Sir, I can manage everything. I can manage the armor. I can manage the soldiers, which I need very few. Okay. And she already given the list that who are ready to come with her. She said that, Sir, please, you just give me an order. Robert to the steward. Is this true about Monsieur de Polenchi? Steward, eagerly. Yes, sir. And about Monsieurs de Metz too. They both want to go with her. Robert goes to the window and shouts into the courtyard. Send Monsieurs de Polenchi to me, will you? He turns to John. Get out and wait in the yard. John smiling brightly at him. All right, Square. She goes out. Robert to the steward. Go with her. Stay within call and keep your eye on her. I shall have her up here again. The steward retreats hastily, moves away in a hurry. Breton de Poligny, a French guard, enters, salutes, and standing waiting. Robert. She says, You, Jack, and Dick have offered to go with her. What for? Do you take her crazy idea of going to the Dauphin seriously? He inquired. Robert inquired that really whatever she said is true or not. He just asked. Polanyi said slowly, There is something about her. It may be worth trying. Oh, Robert. Robert said, Oh, come on, Polly. You must be out of your mind. He said that you are mad, Polly, unmoved. What is wrong with it? The Dauphin is in Chinon. Chinon, one of the city in France where royal families reside. During the Hundred Years' War, the Dauphin took refuge in Chinon. Refuge in Chinon. Like a rat in a corner, expect, except that he won't fight. The English will take Orleans. He will not be able to stop them. Now, Polanyi just cleared the picture. He said, if we go to the Dauphin will help us to fight with Britain or British people. Otherwise, Dauphin is in Chinon. Like a rat, he just hided there and he will not fight with English people, and definitely Orleans will be owned by English people, Robert. He beat the English the year before last at Montergis. I was with him. But Robert says that without help of this girl, he could do anything because he beat the England. And when he beat the England that time, he was with him, Polanyi. But his men are cowed. Cowed means frightened. And now he can't work miracles. And I tell you that nothing can save our side now but a miracles. Polanyi says that okay, he is brave, no doubt, but his men are cowards. And definitely now miracles never happens. Robert, miracles are all right. Polly, the only difficulty about them is that they don't happen nowadays. What the Robert says? Robert says that miracles are all right, but it's not happens nowadays. Paulinji, I used to think so. I am not so sure now. There is something about her. I think the girl herself is a bit of miracles. Anyhow, this is our last chance. Let's see what she can do. Polanyi, Polanyi just insist to Robert that just give a chance to that girl because that girl is miracle for us and she can make a miracle for France. So let's see what she can do. Robert, waving. You really think that? Polanyi's turning. Is there anything else left for us to think? He asked. Do we have any choice? Options? Let's take chance. Her words have put a fire into me. Now it is a phrase have put fire into me means have inspired or motivated. He said that the words of John puts the fire into him. She motivated, she inspired him, and that's why he said, let's give her chance. Robert gave up. Well, you are as mad as she. He said that you both are mads. Polynesians. We want a few mad people now. See where the same ones have landed us. Polanyi says that yes, sir, we are mad and we need some mad people because mad people create the history and now France need these mad people. Robert, I feel like a fool. Still, if you feel sure, Polanyi, I feel sure enough to take her to Chinon unless you stop me. He said that if you don't stop me, then surely we go to Chinon. Robert, do you think I ought to have another talk with her? Robert asked him that should I talk with her? Polanyi, going to the window. Yes. John, come up. John enters. Polanyi, gravely. Be seated, John. Robert, what is your name? John. They always call me Jenny in Lorient. Here in France, I am John. The soldier called me the maid. Robert, how old are you? 17. So they tell me. It might be 19. I don't remember. Means approximately she may be 18 or 17 years old. Robert, I suppose you think rising a siege is as easy as casting a cow out of a meadow? You think soldiering is anybody's job? Rising a siege, surrounding from all the sides and attacks, removing the force surrounding a place. Now Robert asks her that you are so young, you are teenagers, only 18 or 17 years old. So do you feel that fighting on the battlefield as easy as chasing a cow out of the meadow? He also asks her that you think soldiering is anybody's job? John, I don't think it can be very difficult if God is on your side. She has a faith in God. She has confidence in her mind and she very confidently gives the answer. I don't think it can be very difficult. Okay, it is difficult. Okay, no doubt. Fight on the battlefield is not the very easy task. Okay, but it is not as difficult as you think. Why? Because if God is on your side, then nothing is impossible. Robert, grimly, have you ever seen English soldiers fighting? Have you ever seen them plundering, burning, turning the countryside into a desert? Have you heard no tales of their prince who is the devil himself, or of the English king's father? Robert told her the reality. He wanted to show her the reality of a real picture of war. He said that how Britain, how Englishmen were strong, powerful, and they have good strategy to fight with the people. They overruled near about the half of the world, and with fighting with them, it is not a very easy task. They were very cruel. He said, the prince who is the devil himself. In this way, the Robert wanted to show her the real picture of war. He wanted to frighten her. John, you do not understand, Square. Our soldiers are always beaten because they are frightening only to save their skins. And the shortest way to save your skin is to run away. But I will teach them all to fight for France. Very beautiful lines. She said, why did France defeat? Why did the France did not get a victory? Because the soldiers of France, they have frightened, they have a fear about their death. They wanted to save their skin, they wanted to save their lives, and that's why they run away from the battle. Because to save their life, what is the shortened way? To just run away from the battlefield. But she said that I will teach them all to fight for France, fight for the motherland. And she did it. She put the fire in the mind of the all soldiers. She was great motivator. They then they will drive the soldiers before them like a sheep. You and Polly will live to see the day when there will not be a single English soldier on the soil of France. What a confidence. She said that when in your mind there is a patriotism, then you will not afraid to die. That time you will fight for your motherland. And when it happens, that time the any foreigner any foreigner cannot stay on your soil. You know that if you see the Indian history, the same happened with us. British overrule on India near about 150 years. But when all freedom fighters decided to kick out the British people from India, that time the England could not stay in India. They ran away from our country. To Polynesians, this may all be nonsense, Polly, but the troops might just be inspired by it. Tough, nothing that we say seems to put any fire into them. Even the Dauphin might believe it, and if she can put some fight into him, she can put it into the anybody. Robert says that these all things are the nonsense. It is not practically works. It is a part of the only words, and words never win the battlefields. He said that if her words, her inspirations, inspired to the soldiers or Dauphin, then she can do anything. She can put it into the anybody. Robert. Turning to John. Now you listen to me and don't cut it before I have time to think. Your orders are that you are to go to Chinnor under the escort of this gentleman and three of his friends. John. Oh, thank you, Square. How is she to get into the royal presence? Robert. I don't know. How did she get into my presence? I will send her to Chinon, and she can say I sent her. Then let come what may. I can do no more. Now Robert had just permitted her to go to Chinon. He just ordered her go along with his friends. John. And the dress? I may have soldier's dress square. Robert, take what you please. I wish my hands off it. Not take any responsibility for it. What he said? He said that okay, I will not take any responsibility for it. Means if you ready to die, then what will be the result? I am not responsible for that. John, widely excited by her success. Come, Polly, she dashes out. Robert, shaking Pauline's hand. Goodbye, old man. I am taking a big chance. Few other men would have done it, but as you say, there is something about her. And lastly, the Robert also accepted. He surrendered and he just said, yes, I think so. There is something in that girl. And I have taken a chance. I have taken this risk. So you should not be disappointed me. Apology. Yes, there is something about her. Goodbye. And he said, yes, sir. Really, she has something. And you know that when she involved in this war, she motivated many soldiers. She put a fire in their mind, and you know that because of that only, France won many battles during this period, and her name became immortal in the history of France. One motivator can change the face of your country, and we also need this type of the motivators and who inspired us to do something great work. George Bernard Shaw just written this beautiful drama which always inspired every readers. I hope you understood and enjoyed this drama or this story. Please read it carefully. Just see the hard words, learn it very carefully, and solve the questions given below. English workshop. See, complete it. All the best. Thank you very much. Complete your work before 6 p.m. Thank you very much.